Hi, welcome to Warren's Woggles. This is an instructional video for all those that have asked how to make the traditional Cobra weave woggle. Now, I always use two colours, so I find one always offsets the other nicely. Now for this you're going to need 9-foot of paracord. I've chosen to use red, black and yellow. Yeah, so if it's one colour it's 9 foot. Obviously if you're going to use two colours it's 4.5 foot of each one. Also use an old Pritt stick tube. So I find it creates the perfect size hole for the woggle for the necker to actually grip hold of, and therefore keep the woggle on the necker. So what we're going to do, put the two ends together, run them through till you've got a loop. You're going to place the loop behind the Pritt stick tube. Pull it up, pull it forwards over the front of the tube, grab the remaining the working ends, pull them all the way through, and what you've got is a nice slip knot. Just get my joint in the middle. There we are. And so pieces of the ends of the paracord that I work with I call the running ends, and the pieces that run around the tube here I call the tails. Now the first knot is very important because it will set the woggle up nicely. Takes a little bit of practice, but the yellow comes round and is placed across the tails at right angles and goes all the way out to the left. And what you've done is you've created a loop. You're now going to take the black, lay it across the yellow, over the top of the yellow. With this bit you might need to loosen the slip knot off slightly. You're going to place the black working end behind the tails, pull almost all the way through, and then the black goes up through the yellow loop. Pull all the way through. We'll pull fairly tight, but not as tight as you humanly can. And there's your first knot. Now I started with the yellow, so every time I will continue starting with the yellow. Obviously the yellow is now on the left hand side. So again, and at this point you can take it off the tube. Sit quite nicely on 2 fingers. So again, we take the yellow, lay it across the tails, take the black, over the top of the yellow, behind the tails, and then up through the yellow loop. Again, pull fairly tight but not overly tight, and at this point you can start to see the pattern actually taking shape. So you have black loop on this side and a yellow diagonal line. Black loop on this side, yellow diagonal line. Do another couple for you. Again, there's the yellow. Across the tails. The black comes over the top of the yellow. Behind the tails, up through the loop. Pull through, tighten up, and you can now see the pattern starting to emerge. Start with the yellow. Sorry, slipped off my fingers there. Start on the yellow, across the tails at right angles to create the loop. Black comes over the yellow, behind the tails, up through the yellow loop. And there you can see the pattern start to emerge. Do one more for you, and then I'll fast forward through to, there we are. Yellow comes across the tails, black comes over the yellow, behind the tails, up through the yellow loop. There we are. I'll just fast forward to a completed circle and show you where we go from there. Yeah, welcome back. So now you've gone all the way around with your woggle. If you're doing it for beavers and cubs, this is an ideal stage to stop at, because the woggle will actually quite snugly fit over their plastic woggles. They'll keep them nice and secure and safe so they don't lose them. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go round again over the top of this first weave, but this time we're going to start with the black. So black across the woggle. Yellow comes over the top of the black, pass it through the inside of the woggle, and then up through the black loop. Pull that together. Again, there's your black loop across the woggle. Yellow comes over the top of the black, pass it through the woggle, and up through the black loop. Black across the woggle, yellow over the top of the black, through the inside of the woggle, and up through the loop. Black again, across the front of the woggle, yellow over the black, pass through the woggle and up through the loop. What you will notice is on the first go round we had black loops on the outside. This time we've got yellow loops on the outside, but between each diagonal line, each diagonal crossover, you'll see the black loop from the original first layer between these two black lines. So we come round, there's the next two black lines, and there's the black loop from the first layer. So you should always see these loops from the first layer between the diagonal lines of the second layer. And that way you'll keep your pattern a uniform. Yeah, black across the woggle, yellow comes over the black, through the centre of the woggle, and out through the loop the other side. Pull again.